Books have long served as a powerful tools for empowering the marginalized communities across societies through representations, education, and sharing of diverse informations. Literature has created a pathway for those who are society edge to be able to air their view, be visible, and do as much. That's how powerful books are. And today we're exploring the power of books in empowering the marginalized citizens. So, to make justice or to do justice in this particular topic, here with me right in the studio is Anita, the Purple Heart chick, the Purple Heart girl, I mean. Hi, Anita.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It is such a great privilege to be here.
Thank you, Anita. So, I have two questions for you today. So, Purple Heart girl, tell us, how have you seen books function as an empowerment tools for individuals and collective empowerment in a marginalized community?
So for me, I see books as tool for self-discovery and empowerment. I see it as a tool for advocacy, a tool for hope, weapons of change. And when I say change, I mean psychological, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even financially. Growing up as a child, I have seen children grow up into adults, but they seem confined in a certain
Caved in.
yes. And it is only a few children or adults that are able to see opportunities and leverage them. There was this book I read while growing up as a little girl, Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. There's no child that reads that book. So because of the experience in that book that Ben Carson actually faced, you would want to study, you want to become great in life. And I feel if a whole lot of people can have that type of book, children can be trained to become avid readers. Work that teachers would do would be lesser because children are already opening their mind to this type of books. There is already a reform, a transformation going on in their mind so that when they get to school, it is very easy for them to assimilate whatever the teachers are actually teaching them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so for me, I see books as tools for mindset transformation.
What an excellent reply. All right, so my next question goes to you again. I would like to ask, you just mentioned about how books can bring out a child that is caved in, be it emotionally or physically, and how it can help even develop their psyche and so many other things it can help do. Can you tell us or want a real life story? Share a personal experience or any marginalized community that you have ever worked with where you see books transform a zero child to a certain level of change. Let us know. Give us a life experience that you have really experienced in a very short time.
For me, I wasn't always the bright child. I was someone that grew from being not so bright to becoming what I am today. And I would say books had a lot of impact. I'm a big fan of Chimamanda, and some of the books I've read from her were Unpopular Hibiscus, and there's also Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe that
Sure.
actually made me to know my Nigerian history. So majorly reading Chimamanda's book made me want to know that I am stronger as a woman. And at that time while growing up, 2000s and everything, there were a whole lot of women we are so under. So I did not want to be under. I wanted to express that I am powerful and in any sensible way. So for me, books had helped me open my mind as a poet. One poet I think I love, Maya Angelou, and her poem collections talk about your powerfulness as a woman, how you can use all your gifts into blessing the world and be feminine. Be feminine, be who you are. So I feel those kind of books can open your mind. It opened my mind. It made me see myself in the light that God has actually made me. And the Bible says, "My people die because of lack of ignorance." So
Yeah.
I am not ignorant anymore. Another book, or rather another author, Joyce Meyer.
Oh.
Yes, I cannot do this without not saying her.
Overemphasizing.
For anyone that's going through mental or traumatic phase, if you read any of Joyce Meyer's book, it is your first step to freedom. So, from personal experience, reading books have helped me heal. They have helped me own up to my inner child. Just address some parts whereby watching TV will not literally
True,
address.
absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
if we want to do this, because check the society, there are a whole lot of people that are going through a whole lot of traumatic phase. if they are able to read books, if they don't have money to go for therapy and all that, books can be able to
That's how
address
powerful.
these
A lot
things.
of issues.
And as you're reading books, you are becoming self-aware, you are developing yourself, discovering yourself, and gradually going into the purpose, aligning you to the purpose of God.
True, absolutely, I agree with you. You're very beat on this. And I think one of my best books or best piece too I have read over time that actually helped my own emotions in a way is Maya Angelou, right? I read a lot of her piece, a lot of it. And when you mentioned about empowerment, I think it actually helped in transforming the way I, think as a child. I never grew up in the suppose um, eyebrow areas or something, right? The books truly helped me. Went to a public school also, right? And you don't want to hear the kind of area where I grew up, but I want to believe that my dictions or my spoken English were being polished as a result of the books I was able to lay my hands. In fact, sometimes I have a neighbor where they had this very big shelf that has books and them and all that. Usually I'll just go there and pick up a book and go behind their seats just to read. My parents will look for me for hours. I'm not joking. I'll be there and read because they don't allow you to come to their shelf to touch any of their books. But I just go there, pick up a book, and then I'll just, bend in the parts that I could stop for the day, close it up, fix the book exactly where I made the book. Of course, I'll come back the following day. You will still look for me for another 2 hours or 3 hours, just reading books. And books was a companion for me. And I think it really to exposed, a lot that I was locked up on the inside of me. And this brings us to the end of this because it's a very short show. This is just to celebrate the World Books Day and encourage parents. We need to encourage our children to read. Be it a public school, a private school, whatever school. There's a lot of things that we need to escape from today. And trust me, books is the major way to do this.